you for your continued attention to what's occurring in our skies. Nothing short of all-out weather warfare at this point. We can speculate about the agendas and objectives being carried out, but the fact that these storms are absolutely being manipulated and steered is inarguable. The denial of this fact is absolutely ludicrous at this point.
This is now the fifth strongest hurricane on record in the Atlantic Basin and the second strongest in the Gulf of Mexico, just behind Hurricane Rita. Milton rapidly strengthened, going from a tropical storm to a Category 5 hurricane in less than 24 hours.
By the way, this is moving in a really abnormal direction for a hurricane. I think this only happened twice in history.
I mean, it's unbelievable how fast this thing has intensified in the Gulf of Mexico. This is unbelievable. They are measuring pressure now near 912 millibars. I can't believe this. I mean, we are still seeing this rapidly intensify. This might be the fastest intensifying hurricane that we've ever seen.
Steve, to the degree you can, understanding you're getting so much data and pictures coming at you, but
it's unbelievable.
I've never seen anything.
I've covered a ton of hurricanes here. I've never seen anything like this.
In hurricanes, there is a patent using sound waves to manipulate hurricanes and tornadoes. This guy named Waxmansky, he came up with using sound waves to quickly evaporate the ocean water to where it could stop a hurricane. It got abandoned eventually because he died. Weirdly, his son died too. But then this year, another guy came out with a patent almost identical to his, and it got approved. Where it gets weird though, he was federally sponsored for the research of this.
But the other guy wasn't federally sponsored.
No.
So he just mysteriously dies, and this guy comes up with his patent.
It is
still weird, yeah.
But it says people that helped sponsor the project: 21st Century Fox, the Walt Disney Company, and the Vatican.
Why?
And this is on the patent website. This is on the U.S. patent website.
Those are the three big hitters right there.
It's like, that's so weird. He claimed that the U.S. government is using his patent already. Someone got a screen grab of the radar of Hurricane Beryl heading towards Texas. The swirling weird pattern was captured on one of the radars.
I've never seen that.
I mean, you look at that, and then you look at that.
That's real.
That's real.
The U.S. military and others around the globe, but U.S. military has been engaged in these operations since 1947, Project Cirrus. How far have they come since that point? So the cyclones are being kept weakened over water with manipulation of atmospheric pressure zones, and once they're near enough to the land-based network of frequency transmitters, the NEXRAD network, they are steered, and that steering is incredibly inarguable if we look at the animation of the frequency transmissions and their interaction with the storm, in this case Hurricane Helene. The interaction is absolutely inarguable.
Result of natural processes and climate patterns, or was it manipulated? The circular blue flashes seen in this video are frequency transmissions from the NEXRAD network of transmitter installations. All available science evidence makes clear that atmospheric frequency transmissions can and do have a repelling effect on air masses, especially if and when the air masses have been seeded with electrically conductive nanoparticles. The brighter the blue flash from a frequency transmission installation, the more pronounced and powerful the repelling effect on any air mass or storm in the vicinity will be. Where there are no blue flashes, there is no transmission, thus no repelling effect, thus no resistance for a migrating storm. Translation: a migrating storm will be hindered from moving toward frequency transmissions and will easily migrate in a direction with no transmissions. So again, I ask, was Hurricane Helene's path and behavior just an act of nature, or was it engineered? You decide.
We know we have private defense contractors that are neck deep in the patents that manipulate these storms, Raytheon, Lockheed Martin. We know those two in particular do the weather modeling for the nation's weathermen, National Weather Service and NOAA. Again, both agencies have an illegal federal gag order on them. So at this point, this is an emperor has no clothes moment. That's the best description I can give for something that is so blatantly obvious and inarguable, can only be considered weather warfare at this point.
1993, the FAA started warning pilots to stay away from a certain section of airspace over Alaska. The U.S. government was experimenting with a new breed of high-altitude electronic technology that was significantly altering the Alaskan airspace. The experiments continue to this day, and critics are warning that this project could have global effects that will destroy our planet.
HAARP stands for High Frequency Active Auroral Research Program. It's located in Alaska and is operated by the US Air Force, Navy, and DARPA. It was supposedly built to analyze the atmosphere for radio communications. Basically, they wanted to be able to send radio waves further and faster across the globe.
National Hurricane Center update's out. Is it already out? Wow. Wow! This is up to 175 mile per hour winds. Wow. We are now up to a 175 mile per hour Category 5 hurricane. I don't know the last time that we had something that high. This is, again, one of the worst hurricanes that we've had. Like, again, it's hard to explain, but like, this is one of the strongest hurricanes that we've had in the Gulf of Mexico ever. It is like in second place right now. The only one that was worse was Rita.
Get right to the latest, including several tornado warnings, now up over 100 through the day so far.
But somewhat apocalyptic. There's just so many tornadoes, we can't respond to all the damage.